The meeting is called to order. Please stand for the pledge. I'd like to welcome everyone to the February regular meeting of the Community High School District 94 Board of Education. Mission statement, please.
Community High School will ignite a passion for learning, foster leadership and responsibility, and empower all learners to live their personal best.
Thank you, Rich. Board agreements, please.
Request for information. When an individual board member requests information, it will be provided to all board members. One gets, all get.
Thank you, Lynn. Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown?
Here.
Ms. Casey Mayer?
Here.
Mr. Nagel?
Present.
Ms. Munoz?
Here.
Ms. Chavez?
Here.
Ms. Murphy?
Present.
All right, we're going to get started with Distinguished Alumni Recognition.
Honoring our 2025 Distinguished Alumni. Our 2025 Student Selection Committee of 5 seniors, led by Director of Student Activities and DAA Advisor Dave Jennings, has chosen 2 outstanding winners from among our nominees. Dr. Jessica Munoz, class of 2010, and Rob Taylor, class of 1999. As Director-at-Large of the California American Academy of Emergency Medicine, and now as an emergency medicine doctor at Mount Sinai Hospital, Chicago, Dr. Munoz has advocated mightily for underserved communities and overworked medical residents. Dr. Munoz emphasizes the importance of mental health within the healthcare space, championing the notion that the best care consistently comes from those medical professionals who have first learned to care for themselves. She also travels widely to places like Tanzania, Soweto, Mexico, and more, bringing healthcare, vaccines, medical supplies, and expertise to thousands who have suffered devastating diseases. Auburn University head wheelchair basketball coach Rob Taylor travels internationally, training other coaches to build award-winning athletes and teams in wheelchair basketball, wheelchair soccer, and wheelchair tennis. Coach Taylor's wheelchair basketball team won the gold at the 2008 Beijing Paralympics, and both his men's and women's teams have continued to collect top awards at home and abroad. He stresses an academics-first posture towards athletics. According to his athletes, the most important lesson Coach Taylor gives his players happens during up and downs, an activity during which they are repeatedly knocked over in their chairs and learn to develop the skills necessary to pop back up as fast as possible. West Chicago Community High School was honored to welcome home Dr. Jessica Munoz and Rob Taylor for an immersion day with our students. Their journeys serve as powerful reminders of what Wildcats can achieve, and we are proud to recognize them as our 2025 Distinguished Alumni for the impact they continue to make locally and globally. Congratulations.
All right, Student of the Month.
West Chicago Community High School is proud to recognize senior Rachel Knack as our Student of the Month for her outstanding academic achievement, leadership, and service to the WeGo community. Rachel is a high honor roll student and a member of the National Honor Society. She has been named an Illinois State Scholar, an AP Scholar with Distinction, and a recipient of the College Board National Recognition Program, distinctions that reflect her commitment to excellence. Rachel is a 4-year member of Student Council and serves as Public Relations Officer, generating more than 200,000 Instagram engagements this year alone. She is also a Roar Director, a leader in National Honor Society, and a state qualifier in Health Occupation Students of America. English teacher and NHS advisor Leslie Fireman shared, Rachel is one of those students who elevates every group she is a part of. She is exceptionally kind, thoughtful, and wise beyond her years. the rare 17 going on 40 student who brings maturity, calm, and perspective to everything she does. Mrs. Fireman also praised Rachel's professionalism and quiet leadership, noting that she consistently takes initiative, supports her peers, and leads with care and confidence. Rachel plans to major in biological sciences on the pre-med track this fall, with the goal of attending medical school and becoming a dermatologist. Rachel's advice to future Wildcats is simple: get involved early. She encourages students to try new activities, build connections, and embrace opportunities that foster personal growth and open doors for future successes. Rachel exemplifies what it means to be a Wildcat: driven, compassionate, and committed to making a difference. We are proud to celebrate her achievements and look forward to seeing the impact she will continue to make in the years ahead. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Rachel. Well done. And that brings us to good news of the district, Illinois State Scholars.
West Chicago Community High School is proud to announce that 39 students from the class of 2026 have been designated as 2026-2027 Illinois State Scholars. The Illinois Student Assistance Commission, ISAC, the state's college access and financial aid agency, awards this prestigious recognition annually to exceptional Illinois high school seniors across the state. The Illinois State Scholar designation honors students who demonstrate outstanding academic achievement. This year, nearly 16,700 students statewide earned the Illinois State Scholar distinction, joining thousands of exceptional students who have been recognized since the program was established in 1958. The following West Chicago Community High School students were named in 2026-27 Illinois State Scholars. Let me pop down to the end there. Cuevas. Rachel Connect. Here you go. Aaron Lauren. Congratulations. Schwabe.
Congratulations to all of you. And for our next presentation, Educators of the Month.
From portrait to practice, John Chisholm selected as the West Chicago Community High School Educator of the Month. D94 is proud to recognize John Chisholm, social studies teacher, as our February Educator of the Month for the care, leadership, and sense of community he brings to WeGo each day. Mr. Chisholm is known for celebrating student voice and civic engagement both in and beyond the classroom. From coordinating the VFW Voice of Democracy speech contest to recognizing students through his monthly Peace Builder Award, he consistently finds meaningful ways to highlight student leadership and success. He also takes the time to truly know his students, their interests, activities, and accomplishments, and makes a point to check in and celebrate those moments. That care is deeply felt by his students. Senior Rowan Cannibal shared that Mr. Chisholm's is a teacher who truly cares about the success of his students. After a difficult AP exam experience, she recalled him reminding her that one test does not define a good student, an interaction that changed how she viewed herself as a learner. Within the social studies department, Mr. Chisholm is a collaborative and steady leader, mentoring colleagues, supporting school-wide initiatives, and often working behind the scenes to ensure students and staff are successful. For Mr. Chisholm, WeGo represents community. As he shared, I think about the proverb, it takes a village to raise a child, often when teaching here, noting how staff across the school work together to ensure students have the best opportunities to succeed. D94 congratulates Mr. Chisholm on this well-deserved recognition and thanks him for the lasting impact he continues to make on our students and school community. Congratulations.
Congratulations, John. Well done.
Thank you.
And now, Staff Member of the Month.
A Passion for WeGo, celebrating Isaac Spear, Staff Member of the Month. It is with great pride that District 94 recognizes Isaac Spear, Special Education PCA and Job Coach, as our February Staff Member of the Month for the care, positivity, and problem-solving mindset he brings to WeGo each day. Isaac is known as a calm, student-centered problem solver and a true team player. When new routines were introduced for DLP and transition students during morning arrivals, he helped turn what could have been an overwhelming change into a positive learning experience by breaking the process down and supporting students step by step. Students feel his presence in the everyday moments. Sean Detter shared, I've known Isaac for 2 years and he's always been nice to everyone. He always greets everyone and always has a smile on his face. Students also note that Isaac makes a point to say hello each morning and goodbye at the end of the day. Small gestures that help students feel seen and supported. For Isaac, WeGo is about shared purpose. As he shared, to me, WeGo means a community of people putting shoulders to the wheel and pushing in the same direction, working together to help students find their best path forward. Isaac is motivated by the small victories students achieve along the way. Reflecting on a recent moment, he shared that helping a student take pride in doing a task well took about a minute, but it made my whole day. District 94 congratulates Isaac Spear on this well-deserved recognition and thanks him for the care, encouragement, and consistency he brings to our students and WeGo community each day. Congratulations.
All right, that brings us to public participation. This is the portion of our meeting where any member of the public may address the Board of Education on any topic. We welcome your comments and will listen carefully to your concerns. We will not be able to engage in a dialogue during public participation, but when appropriate, we will direct the administration to follow up. Presentations are limited to no more than 5 minutes per person, with a total time limit of 30 minutes for public participation. If you're making public comment, please speak slowly so the translator is able to keep up with you. If you wish to make personal charges or complaints against individual employees, volunteers, or students of the district, we request that you send the board your concerns in writing rather than stating those concerns during public comment. If anyone currently present wishes to make public comment and hasn't already done so, please fill out one of the comment forms in the back of the room and hand it to someone seated at the table. At this point, we have received several pieces of electronic public comment, so I will read through them. The first one is from Bernard Bartelli, and the topic is TIF 2. My wife and I are residents of Winfield in High School District 94. We have followed the developments of the TIF 2 proposal and the subsequent lawsuits by District 94 with amazement. We pay close to $3,000 a year to pay for District 94. We would like to know how much of that money is going to pay for these lawsuits that consistently fail. It is fairly evident now that you're wasting our money to wage a delaying action that you know will eventually fail. How sad and wasteful is that? District 94 board members are elected to give our high school students a great education. We would like you to focus on that and let the village run the village. According to the latest Illinois report card, you have a 30% chronic absentee rate. You have an 88% graduation rate. Use the money you've wasted on court battles to fix those items and let the village run the village. When TIF 2 property values rise, you will have more money to do this. After 2 embarrassing court losses, you need to accept the court decisions and stop being obstinate obstructionists to progress in the village. Not having high school kids, we normally stay out of school business and prefer to leave that to the experts. We ask you to stay out of the village business and leave that to the experts. Please stop wasting our tax dollars. The next public comment is from, I'm not sure if it's Michael or Michelle, I think it's Michael Cirelli. Appealing appellate court ruling to the Illinois Supreme Court. I am writing as a concerned 37-year resident and taxpayer to strongly urge District 94 Board of Education not to pursue an appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court regarding the TIF 2 lawsuit. Both the DuPage County Circuit Court and the Illinois 3rd District Appellate Court have now ruled in favor of the Village of Winfield, affirming the legality and purpose of the TIF 2 district. More than $2 million in taxpayer funds have already been spent litigating this matter. After 2 clear and reasoned court decisions, continuing this lawsuit further would not only waste additional public funds, but also extend a divisive conflict that has already gone on far too long. It's time to accept the court's rulings and allow the Village of Winfield to move forward with its town center development plans. Appealing to the Illinois Supreme Court at this point would be fiscally irresponsible and contrary to the best interests of all parties involved. I urge you to show leadership by ending this litigation now and allowing the Village of Winfield to continue its pursuit of community growth and development. Thank you for your consideration and for your ongoing service to the district. The next is from Michael Bears regarding the lawsuit. This is the second time I've reached out to your school district. We moved to Winfield 5 years ago, and I believe this confrontation has been going on since then. My property taxes are over $9,000. They would be $2,200 if it wasn't for the school districts. Is that not enough money from one household plus the taxes of citizens of Winfield dished out because of this confrontation? It's time to turn the page and carry on. The next item is from Anthony Angelatis. I think I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Regarding the TIF lawsuit, I implore the district to drop all TIF-related lawsuits. TIF law well established, and the district arguments have been soundly defeated, as any reasonable individual would expect. The school district should drop all lawsuits and frankly issue an apology for a gross misuse of taxpayer funds. The next item is from Dioselin Rincon regarding prom, and I'm not quite sure. It just says student opinion, so I'm not quite sure what they're getting at with that form. And the final one is from Kathy Slachter regarding the TIF lawsuit. Please do not appeal the TIF lawsuit decision to the Illinois Supreme Court. Enough taxpayer money has been wasted already, and this would only waste more. That concludes public participation. That brings us to reports and information. Executive Director of Business Services report, Dan.
Thank you. Just a few updates tonight. The Consumer Price Index, that came out the December 2025 Consumer Price Index was released in January at 2.7%, which falls within analysis projected range of 2.5% to 3%, and is consistent with last year's CPI of 2.9%. As the board knows, CPI is a key component in calculating our annual property tax under the tax cap formula. The relative stability of CPI over the past 2 years supports predictable levy planning and helps maintain financial stability for the district as we prepare for the upcoming levy cycle. We've added a new report under consent agenda. Under consent agenda and approval of financials, the business office added a new report for board approval titled the Credit Card Transaction Report. This report will identify all district-issued credit card users, the vendor for each transaction, a description or purpose of the purchase, along with the dollar amount. The total of all transactions listed in the report will reconcile directly to the total monthly payment made to BMO Harris Bank, ensuring full alignment between individual purchases and the aggregate credit card payment. The additional reporting measure reflects the district's ongoing commitment to transparency, accountability, and strong internal financial controls. But by providing this detailed information on a regular basis, the board and the community will have clear visibility into credit card expenditures and their alignment with district operations. And then lastly, we have a donation under 500. We received a $250 donation from the Teacher Association for a Snowball Scholarship. The Board of Education does not need to approve the donation, but it is attached to the agenda for your information. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Dan. Interim Executive Director of Human Services, or Human Resources report.
Thank you. On January 28, Laura Burns, Business Service Supervisor, represented our district at the annual EBC renewal meeting. During this session, the 100-plus school district cooperative received an overall average of the preliminary numbers of the cooperative, and we also received our preliminary numbers for health insurance, dental, and life. As you see from my report, the numbers for PPO and HMO, the preliminary numbers, are higher than we expected. PPO, we were higher than the group. HMO, we're right on target with the group. Dental, we projected well, and life, there's no preliminary increase. It's important to note that these are only preliminary numbers. Final renewal rates are expected in late winter or early spring. Last year, our actual increases came in lower than the preliminary projections, and we are hopeful for a similar outcome this year. Once final numbers are received, Dan Oberg and I will meet with the District Advisory Insurance Committee, which includes representation from all employee groups. The committee's charge will be to review the final rates and determine whether any plan changes should be recommended to help manage rising costs. Any such recommendations and then will be brought forward to you, the board. And my final topic tonight, statement of economic interest. As board members, our experienced board members know that at about this time in March each year, you receive an economic interest form from the from the DuPage County Clerk's Office. Our new board members might not be aware of this yet. You should get this in March, and you are mandated by law to complete it and file it by May 1. Administrators also receive the same form. The purpose of the statement of economic interest is to close any potential financial conflicts of interest. This is part of a requirement by the Illinois Governmental Ethics Act, which is designated to promote transparency, accountability in government. Any questions?
I guess I would only add to that, if any board member, if this is new and they've not done this before, the form is a bit confusing, so feel free to either look for answers online or talk to one of the other board members. Some of the phraseology is a little bit challenging the first time through. All right, principal's report.
Good evening. I would like to share with you some exciting events and accomplishments throughout the month of February across our school community. This Thursday, February 19th, our families are invited to enjoy our Warner Choir and Music Orchestra concert that's taking place from 7 to 9 p.m., where our students are going to showcase their musical talents and hard work. We also actually have our music department today in the auditorium at 7 p.m. They're also hosting a concert. So we have a lot of events happening. That same day on the 19th, we're also hosting a BPAC meeting, which is a bilingual parent advisory committee council. This meeting is going to be held at West Chicago here in the community room. This meeting is especially important because this is where the BPAC president will be elected. And this provides a voice to our families, which is an essential part of the process. BPAC continues to be a valuable space for families to share ideas, build connections, and support our school community. Looking ahead, we're also inviting our students and families to our 3rd annual College and Career Fair. That's going to be held February 26th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at our high school. During this time, colleges, universities, military representatives, trade programs, and workforce organizations are going to be available to provide information and resources to help students plan with their post-secondary futures. So we definitely look forward to the parent and community participation in these meaningful events. We also want to extend congratulations to our senior Avery Unger, who represented our school at the State Voice of Democracy speech competition in Springfield. That was on February 7th. And we also had our girls wrestling team place third out of 26 teams at the regional tournament and advance to the state tournament. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. And that brings us to our student board representatives.
Good afternoon. Many clubs took advantage of Valentine's Day this past week, starting tons of fundraisers. Business Professionals of America began their first ever year of selling rosegrams, where students could buy someone special a rose to be delivered to them during class. Meanwhile, Snowball raised funds by selling crush cans and commons. And as always, the choir singing grams were a huge hit and sold out extremely quickly. Valentine's Day wasn't the only way students seized the opportunity to spread love in the community. NHS members Diego Hernandez and Ricardo Jurado sold chicharrones as a part of their PLP and sold out very quickly. They raised $900. Also, last week, Student Council was hard at work, as always, selling blow pops and enacting their Spirit Week. We had days like Pink Out, Twinning Tuesday, and Red vs. White. In other news, senior night for boys basketball took place on Friday. Unfortunately, despite their hard work, they could not pull off the win, but it was an exciting game that was put into overtime. Finally, senior government classes are beginning the election unit, where students will be collecting signatures to petition to be put on the ballot. The halls will be filled with leadership-driven seniors trying to convince their classmates to elect them. As a senior, I'm happy to be participating in this, and I'm excited for the full simulation in the future.
Good afternoon. Recently, the Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, FCCLA, held their regional competition. Participants gained an exciting and rewarding experience. There were multiple competitors participating in several different areas, including preschool lesson, foods, children's literature, and many more categories that showcased a wide range of skills and creativity. Each participant worked incredibly hard to prepare their projects and presentations, and all participants won medals for their efforts. I was especially honored to partake in this special event by receiving gold for a preschool lesson. In addition, our school sports teams have also been very active. Girls soccer tryouts are happening on March 2nd, and many students are excited to show their skills and earn a spot on the team. The boys basketball team celebrated their senior night on February 13th, recognizing the hard work and commitment of their senior players. Girls wrestling had an amazing season and won the title of conference champions. With spring sports registration now open, students have many opportunities to get involved and finish the year strong with We Go Pride.
Thank you, Rosie and Mason. Superintendent's report.
Last week, I attended the annual National Superintendent's Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. This served as an excellent opportunity to network with fellow colleagues throughout the country, learn from a variety of experts in the educational field, and participate in motivational sessions led by Marcus Whitney and Joe Sanfilippo. I'd like to thank the board for allowing me to attend this conference, and I believe it was a very positive experience. As many of you are aware, next September marks the 100th anniversary for West Chicago Community High School. Planning is well underway, and we're in the process of developing a marketing, communication, and engagement plan. We're excited to celebrate the history of this wonderful institution and look forward to the next 100 years. I still am looking for a volunteer from the board who'd like to be on the committee, so don't be shy. You can reach out to me if you'd like to participate. And lastly, we have received 5 FOIA requests since our last regular Board of Education meeting and have responded within the required time frame. All requests have been included in your packet.
Thank you, Kurt. And committee and representative reports.
This will be relatively brief. I only have one committee report to report on this evening through SACID. The SACID Board of Directors meeting was held on Wednesday, January 21st, and the Finance Committee meeting was held on Wednesday, February 4th. During the Finance Committee meeting, more information was shared regarding the financing options for a new facility for SACID. While we're still in the planning and discussion phase, I'm hopeful that we'll be able to review a recommendation by the Executive Director for SACID in the coming months. The next Board of Directors meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, February 8th. And that concludes my committee report.
All right, future dates. March 3rd is the next Committee of the Whole meeting, and March 17th, it says in the agenda Committee of the Whole, but that should be regular meeting. Board members' open comments. Hearing none, any future issues? Hearing none, that brings us to consent agenda. Does anybody wish any items removed from the consent agenda for separate action? The recommended motion, the Board of Education approve the consent agenda for the minutes, financials and reports, ombudsman agreement, Elmhurst University affiliation agreement, and closed session meeting minutes and audio recordings as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Casey Mayer,
Aye.
Mr. Nagel,
Aye.
Ms. Munoz,
Aye.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Brown.
Aye. Motion carries. There being no old business, we move on to new business. DuPage Regional Office of Education Project Authorization. Recommended motion is the Board of Education approve the project authorization between the DuPage Regional Office of Education and District 94 funded through IDEA grant.
So move.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Nagel,
Aye.
Ms. Munoz,
Aye.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy, Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer.
Aye.
Motion carries. Waste disposal bid award. Recommended motion is that the Board of Education award the bid for waste disposal services to Groot Industries, Elgin, Illinois, in the total amount of $29,659.38 for a 5-year contract starting on March 1st, 2026.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Munoz,
Aye.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer,
Aye.
Mr. Nagel.
Aye.
Motion carries. Executive Director of Human Resources Employment Contract. The recommended motion, the Board of Education approve the employment contract for the new Executive Director of Human Resources as presented and attached.
So move. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer,
Aye.
Mr. Nagel,
Aye.
Ms. Munoz.
Aye.
Motion carries. Personnel report.
If I could just point out, Dr. Ivanelli is with us this evening, so if you get a chance to say hello to her after
Hello.
we're done.
And hello and welcome.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you. All right, and our final item of business is personnel report. Recommended motion, the Board of Education approve the personnel report as presented.
So move.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy,
Aye.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer,
Aye.
Mr. Nagel,
Aye.
Ms. Munoz.
Aye.
Motion carries. That's all of our business for open session. We will be going into closed session. There will not be any business conducted after the end of closed session. The recommended motion, the Board of Education go into closed session at 7:32 p.m. for purposes of collective negotiating matters and for litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent.
So move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Brown,
Aye.
Ms. Casey Mayer,
Aye.
Mr. Nagel,
Aye.
Ms. Munoz,
Aye.
Ms. Chavez,
Aye.
Ms. Murphy.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. We are going into closed session. Let's take 5.